I mean, your next mission is
tasty one,
the biggest one.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is the aim, right? This is what you sent me. So you said you want to be the first person to run the full length of Africa.
Yeah.
Not cycle, not drive. Like, I would be tired driving, bro. I swear, I get tired driving from town to here. Like, So you're the first person to run the full length of Africa, which will be 360 marathons in 240 days.
Yeah.
16 different countries that you'll be crossing. 15,000 kilometers total distance. Americans figure out what the miles are. I'm sick of it.
It's about 9.5, 10,000 miles.
And you want to raise £1 million for charity.
That's the goal.
So where did this idea come from?
This one's been in the locker for a while. I probably thought about it shortly after I finished the Ages London run. You know, get the old Google Earth up, start having a look at the world, going, what could I run across? And Africa's always intrigued me. And because it's not been done by anyone, like the full length of it, makes it even more interesting to me. For me, it was more of a process of figuring out how I'm going to get the resources to be able to do this. Because I ain't got money, I'm not from money, and this is an expensive mission to pull it off. So,
well, how have you been raising funds?
Well,
because I assume it's cost you a fortune.
Yeah. So I was chatting to people about this mission, trying to figure out how I can get it done. And I ended up getting linked up with a mate of a mate who had done very well in the crypto space over the last couple of years. And I said, had to set up a meeting with him, said, look, mate, this is what I'm trying to do. I think I need 50 grand to get this thing going.
£50,000.
£50,000, which is a lot of money.
It's quite a lot of money, yeah.
Significant amount of money. But I mean, also to compare other missions like this, drop in the ocean. 50 grand, chatted to him about it, told him about, you know, the reason behind why I want to do it, what I think the impact could be, what we're hoping to do with like filming a documentary and a YouTube series and all the rest of it. And he just bought in and he was like, mate, you know, it sounds reckless. It's probably not like an unbelievably wise business move, but I'll back you. So here you go. Like, go and do it. So we set up some business terms and that was the money that basically started the mission rolling. We've burned through a lot of that money now, unfortunately, because things haven't gone exactly to plan how we thought they would at the start. Like these things never do. But we've also got a couple sponsors that are helping us out as well, which is crucial. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen, mate. But as someone that is like, I am the endurance athlete, so it's so difficult to try and switch into the mode of like I've been a huge learning journey for me over the last year, figuring out like how I'm going to try and chat to sponsors. What do they want from us? What can we deliver for them? How am I going to communicate in that to them in a way that's going to make them see the potential of the mission? It's such a process, man. It's really difficult, but it's been a lot of learning for me over the last year about a lot of different things. But the business side of things is a big one. Yeah,
and I think it takes away from, it's like what we were saying with my podcast. When I travel to America, it's like you spend so much time traveling, setting things up, and at the end of the day, you're the athlete. Yeah, all you want to do is focus on being an athlete and completing the challenge, But it's never like that. You have to worry about all the logistics. How am I going to fund this? Yeah. And it sometimes takes the fun out of it. So, I mean, if I could say anything, it's just now that you're here and most of the stuff is done, just get locked in. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. I'm sure you look like you're the locked in kind of guy.
100%, mate. I think that's also like, that's a good note though for anyone that like maybe has aspirations of getting into this kind of space. It's like, you've got having, just being the athlete is a luxury in a situation like, and you have to jump through a fair share of hurdles to get to the point where you have the luxury of just being the athlete that concentrates on being an athlete. So, if you want it hard enough, then you've got to fucking make it happen no matter what, Yeah,
100%. And I mean, you're not doing this one alone, I'm assuming. I think people are following you, right?
I've got a team. I got a team with cameras and stuff. So we're going to be making loads of content, YouTube series, documentary at the end. Even the little TikToks and the Instagram reels.
What are you going to do, like a dance move in the middle of the desert?
Hips might be a bit stiff, mate, but I'll try and get something together for you. Yeah,
that'd be funny. Yeah.
So we've got a team following in a van. So I've got a van to sleep in at night, which is
huge.
Good. Yeah, don't have to sleep in a hammock trying to fight off lions every day of my life for the next.
I'd be more worried about the mosquitoes, bro.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes kill more people than anything else on the planet.
I've heard all about the mosquitoes, mate. Even I know they're probably not even that bad here, but even here I'm getting bit up a little bit.
Yeah, they're not that bad in Cape Town. Depends where you go, but there's certain parts of Africa where it's the biggest killer,
Yeah.
And for this, I'm assuming you just did a lot of running training.
Pretty much. Done a lot of running. I've done a decent amount of strength training as well because, the body essentially is almost guaranteed to break down at some point over this next 8 months. Injuries are inevitable.
Over 8 months, you said?
Yeah. Almost guaranteed. So I've done as much strength training as possible to try and mitigate the chances of the legs breaking down or those injuries. So lots of mileage, lots of strength work. And we're just going in with the mindset of this is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But unless I'm dead, I'm carrying on.
And so is it just like a camera crew that's going to be following you around, or do you have family and friends here with you as well?
The budget doesn't extend to that, unfortunately. So it's skeleton team, mate. We've literally got 2, maybe 3 camera people coming, and they're just in the van with me. So it's
going to be an adventure.
It's back to basics,
And have you thought of any of the challenges you might face along the way and the dangers?
Mate, there's so many different potential challenges. I think some of the obvious ones are borders. There's 16 different countries we've got to go to. There's 12 different visas we need for those 16 countries. And getting through those borders is not going to be an easy task. There's obviously the geographical challenges. Congo rainforest, notoriously quite dicey. Sahara Desert, biggest hot desert in the world. Namibian desert. We've got Atlas Mountain Range in the north. It doesn't actually get easy at any point, to be honest.
It's just hard all the way through.
Yeah, and then like you said, the mosquitoes disease is a huge one. Probably one that goes under the radar, but that's probably the biggest chance of me dying is from a disease that I catch or a mosquito or something like that. There's obviously the big apex predators lurking out there.
So something interesting about that is the guy Davey Duplessis that I spoke to. I'm pretty sure it was him that told me. I think he cycled around Africa as well, right?
Yeah.
He cycled around it, and I think one of the things he said to me was he saw a lot less wildlife than he thought he would.
Yeah.
He saw almost
that doesn't surprise me.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's been decimated so much, and the wildlife gets pushed into reserves.
Yeah.
So that was something that really surprised me because I thought he would have seen a lot more than he said he did. So I think you'll be okay with the lions anyway.
I reckon we will, but it's fun to talk about them, right?
Yeah. There is the chance.
Yeah, exactly.
There is the chance. What happens if you ran into a lion? You take it down. Just run.
Mate, it depends what part of me you answer that question. The ego side of me goes, look, boys, no problem. Left hook, bang, bang, bang. Get it in a rear naked choke. Off we go. 2 sleep, night. I'm running again.
Yeah.
The more sensible version of me goes, yeah, Russ, we're pretty fucked here, lad.
Yeah, you're pretty fucked here.
Pretty fucked where you cut it up.
So you're doing 360 marathons in 240 days.
Yep.
Say it's day 150.
Yeah.
You're in your car.
Yeah.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
Your legs are burning.
Yeah.
You do not want to move.
Yeah.
But now you have to get up and run 1.5 marathons, basically.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Mate, I mean, what can you do in that situation? The trouble is, right, is the mindset for me will be my feelings do not matter. And in any other walk of life, it's it's quite a dangerous mindset to walk around with. But, you know, if I cave to my feelings in that situation, then the job doesn't get done, essentially. So all of those negative feelings, all of those like, I'm sad, my legs hurt, I really don't want to do it, you know, it is just a case in this scenario of being like, shut the fuck up, get on with it, mate. You know? And it's that kind of ruthless energy that separates winning at the top level and not, unfortunately. It's brutal. It's a fucking brutal game. But I'm here to win. I'm not here to talk about my feelings. You know?
Yeah.
That's what the mindset will be.
It's something that my friend always says to me because I've just started gymming.
Yeah.
And I'm super weak, right?
Yeah.
And he always says to me, he says, you're capable of so much more than you actually think you are.
Yeah.
You know, when you think you're done, you've always got more, right? And I think that's what separates an athlete from a super endurance athlete.
Yeah.
Is the fact that they can just unlock that side of them that goes, I can do more and I will do more.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference between like the level of fucked where you just don't want to carry on and the level of fucked where like you're like physically incapable of moving, you know? And it's just how far along the line do you want to get? And, you know, when your why is strong enough and when you've sacrificed as much as I've sacrificed to get here, the thought of giving up, you know, is inconceivable to me. And genuinely, if my lungs are still working and my legs are still, it's still possible for my legs to move forward in any capacity, then I will be going on. You know, death is either run Africa or die trying, pretty much.
Did you ever see the documentary 14 Peaks?
I did, yeah.
With Nims Dai?
Yes. Yeah,
so I love what he said when I think they were climbing the mountain K2.
Yeah.
And everyone wanted to turn back. And he was giving them more like a motivational speech. He was like, when you think you're fucked, you're only actually 40% fucked. Yeah. You know, you'll figure it out. That was like the best line in that whole documentary. But I mean, the point of this, right, is to raise £1 million for charity.
Yes.
How are you planning on getting the word out there? I mean, I did see there was some big articles done already about it.
Yeah.
Were those, like, did you have to get in contact with those agencies to do the articles or did they contact you?
No, they actually, almost all of them got in contact with me, to be fair. I'm not very good at reaching out to people. I reach out to you, but I don't really reach out to people. So I'm a bit of a introvert, recluse most of the time, to be honest. So yeah, mate, I mean, the game plan for that really is we're going to make the best content YouTube has ever seen. And we're going to put it out there and hopefully we're going to try and engage as many people through that as well. Because, you know, I believe this is going to be a great story. You know, the truth is I have no idea what's going to happen in the next 8 months. I know it's going to be absolutely
bonkers.
Yeah. That's all I can know. And if we can tell that story in as best a way as possible, then hopefully we can bring as many people on the journey as we can and, you know, and make a difference in the world.
And are you going to try and raise money throughout the journey, or are you going to be producing content as you go, or at the end of it, you're going to produce all the content?
So we're going to be producing content on the go and then making the documentary at the end. Yeah,
I think that's a lot better because you want people to follow your journey, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, is he going to make it? Is he not going to make it? Is he going to get eaten by a fucking jackal today?
Yeah.
You know, Cape Cobra.
Yeah. I have had an encounter with a Cape Cobra as well.
Where, since you've been here?
Yeah.
They're scary, eh?
Yeah.
That thing will take you down.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I've caught a few.
Really?
I always try to, because the snakes always end up in the roads around here.
Yeah.
So I always try to get them off the road. The other day I was driving home and there was a snake like in the bus lane.
Yeah.
And I slammed my car like onto the side of the road, but it was like weird, so it was like dodgy.
Yeah.
And I like swerved in front of other cars, tried to run, and it got ran over before I got there.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. I love the snakes around here. But so I mean, this is a massive challenge, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to achieve by doing this? Obviously, you want to raise some money. What do you think this will do for you as well? Because I know you're very focused on the goal, which is to do it, right?
Yeah.
At the end of it, what do you want to feel?
God, that's a good question, mate. You know, what do I want to feel at the end? I don't know if I want to set too much of an expectation on what I want to feel, because it's going to be such a crazy journey that I don't really know how I'm going to feel. And you know, as long I'm just so fixated on getting it done, that
you'll feel what you feel when you get there.
Yeah. You know, like in terms of what it can do for me personally, like obviously I'm not blind to that, and I'd be lying if I said there was no motivating factors in that. It's not like I'm a fucking saint that's only motivated to do selfless things. There's I think people that say they are just lying. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I hope that you know, at the end, maybe it would be great if I can have a bit more freedom to do more adventures, take people on more adventures, and ultimately use this for a positive force with the charities that I work with. You know, I can't sit here and preach and say that I know all the answers, but hopefully this can move me in a direction where I get closer to that truth, you know.
And I feel like this is such a big adventure that you're about to go on, that I think the ones you've done already are insane, but I feel like this would really put you on the map then give you the freedom to not have to worry about all of the logistics maybe in the future.
That'd be nice.
Maybe build a team around you and just keep doing these amazing adventures.
That would be good. You know, I've got so many big ideas in the bank that, you know, if we can get in a position where there's a bit more resources behind us, then I believe I can pull a lot off.
And where can people follow the journey?
So I'm Hardest Geezer on all social medias. So yeah, just Hardest Geezer.
That's like the most British thing I've ever heard. Yeah.
By design as well.
Yeah. I'm the softest butt.
The softest butt. What is butt? Is that a South African?
Butt is like brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're the hardest geezer, I'm the softest butt.
Yeah.
The softest brother.
Yeah. Well, look, if I end up flopping this journey halfway through, then I'll have to change my name to the Softest Geezer.
Yeah, Softest Geezer. Amazing, man. Well, everyone go check him out, and I can't wait to follow this journey. Maybe throughout we can like
have a link up somewhere.
We can like call in, get you to call in or something, give us an update on how it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, sounds wicked. Thanks for having me on, man.
It's a pleasure.
Appreciate it.